I am Bankole Eyo, that's Eyo in name, and we are here to talk about the industry season 4 finale, 2 months. But before that, Eyo, how are you?
I'm good.
I don't know if
Less freaked
people.
out than you are, but like
Oh,
good.
bro, no, that is cut out, so nobody knows what you're talking about.
So
Um,
freaky.
I don't know if people. I don't think. Actually, I know. I don't think people like when we talk like this. Like the start, like catch up. But that's their business. This is the time I get to talk to you, and I don't like to have conversations where they are not monetized. So I feel like we should monetize every conversation we have. So I just want to check how you are. How are you?
Like even for the camera, I can't pretend to enjoy that. I really hate that. I really think everybody should stop monetizing their conversations.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should enjoy them. I'm just saying that's the way life
That
is.
really
You're not the
upset me
one.
right now, Bankole. Take
You
it
you
back.
you. Why?
Take it back right
Why?
now.
When last did you have a
God.
conversation that wasn't monetized?
What do you mean?
I'm trying to build a community here. It requires a lot of sacrifices, and that means monetizing my personal interactions.
You know what, fair. Whatever. What would you
Yeah,
like to know about my
yeah,
life? What should I tell?
yeah.
What should I tell fucking Polymarket and
Um,
Kalshi?
well, that's good different. You know what? I was before
DraftKings.
when I was editing last week's episode, I was like, "Oh,
AG1.
can you stop calling random ads?" Airbnb. Um, no, I was thinking I was going to ask you about because I just realized we haven't spoken about Marty Supreme like
Really?
properly. Yeah, we haven't actually spoken about it. But then I put that down. I was like, "Oh, let me talk to you about this." But then as I
I
was
feel like
doing
we
my
did in
notes,
real life.
no, we haven't.
Oh, did we say we were going to do it on a
Do you know?
podcast?
Do you actually know what happened?
What?
We're talking about it, and then you were like, "Actually, I'll save it for the podcast,"
Fuck.
and then it never came up. So this was you.
It's my doing. I wanted to monetize it. Damn it. I'm
And I
just
think that
like
was back in
Marty.
the. You just.
Just like him.
Um, no, then I was like, actually, but then I only bring this up because when I was making my notes for this episode, something obviously because Marty Supreme was on my mind, but something related to Marty Supreme came up in this episode for my notes.
Interesting.
So I was like, okay, I'll save it for the actual podcast, which we can get into now if you're ready. Are you ready?
Always ready.
Motion's ready? Okay. Final one for another 18 to 24 months. Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Popcorn for Dinner podcast, and welcome to Gay Paris, where apparently anything can happen.
Yeah.
I'm Bankole Muck, and today we're getting to the season 4 finale of HBO and BBC's Industry. And joining me one final time this season, that's not what game tapes are for. It's Nostradamus.
I
you
really
doing?
appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for giving me my flowers. Honestly, that is what game tapes are for, though.
Okay, sure. I mean,
You
I'll
watch
defer
them,
to
you
you.
enjoy them, you learn from them.
True, fair. Okay, I mean,
Ask any
that's
coach.
that's a good way to break it down.
Yeah.
That's a good way to break it down.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Where do
The
you
way you
think
enjoy
more
it
is
is different.
possible, Paris or Vegas?
Pirate.
Mm.
I feel like people want to believe that more is supposed to be in Vegas, but really nothing. It's not possible in Vegas. The house always wins.
Fair.
But then in Paris, it's really just love. Like, I mean, again, going by what Kwabena said, we don't know if it's under or overrated. Like, it's not really just love that is
This
attached to
boy
Paris.
says really just love, man. You know what? Let's
What
move
else
on.
is attached?
Let's
What
start.
else is attached?
Let's start
What else
this
is
shit.
attached to Paris? What else is
You're
attached to
pissing me
Paris?
off, man.
What else is attached to Paris?
You're pissing me off.
What else is attached to Paris?
Everything. Good taste.
Like what?
Good sex. Good
Yeah,
everything.
but like in terms of like anything. Anyway, whatever. They're accusing us of not believing in love after last week's episode.
All I believe in is love. Well, number one, stories. Secondly, love.
I believe in stories.
I believe in stories.
Ew, man, that's so disgusting.
Okay, how's your business? Stories are the most powerful thing on the planet. Secondly,
I don't disagree. It's just the way
Second, love.
nobody goes out saying I believe in stories.
I think we should.
I think we should as well, but I just don't go around saying I believe in stories. Um,
Everything is narrative, bro. It's all
everything
smoke and
is
mirrors.
everything is narrative.
Lives move faster.
That's what Yasmin has realized this season. Everything is narrative.
Yeah.
Um, well, Yasmin. Okay, so if you are just finding us now at the finale, there's a whole season of coverage waiting for you. There's also a whole season of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Speaking of story and narrative, hey, are you watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
I'm gonna watch all of it at once. I'm
Oh,
gonna watch all of it at
boo.
once. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
good, good. Yeah, at least you're sorry. Um,
All I can think about is this damn show. I
that's
don't have
fair.
space in my
That's
head for
that's
something
that's
else.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I actually
That's fair.
haven't watched anything.
No, that's fair. I have found that like sometimes it's very difficult for me to watch things I need to kind of like because my brain is just really going over industry a lot. So it's difficult to really kind of appreciate things the way they need
Yeah.
to be appreciated, really. So, but like Seven Kingdoms was good because I was able to kind of watch it at my own pace because we got the screeners. So yeah, please check it out on the feed as well. It's been a very fun coverage, a very very good season. I do think
It's
I
more
don't
than
think
a
it's
good hang now.
yeah. Oh yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
at some
I
point
thought
it
so.
became a Game of Thrones show.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
The
still
the
like on the
mood on the TL changed all of a sudden. I was like, oh, something's going on.
Wait, so you don't know the
I
spoilers?
know, I know, I know.
Oh
Because
yeah,
everybody was
it's like
posting the fucking picture.
you can't be angry. Are you crazy? Like you
I'm not
cannot be
angry,
angry.
but like, yeah, of course I
It's
know.
all
I'm gonna
it's
spoil
all
that.
on you.
Oh,
Um
people now put full names. Fuck, man. Niggas are somehow, man.
uh,
I was actually
please
thinking
also
about it this morning. I was like,
yeah,
damn,
I
they
mean
really
like
spoiled this show
you
for me.
should it's nothing you can't expect to go a month and a half without getting spoilers for the show. But
That's
yeah, no,
fair.
it's a really, really good show. I do think it's and I don't think this is like a weird thing to say. I think it's like as someone who generally likes House of the Dragon, probably more than a lot of people on the internet, um, I do think it's like the best Game of Thrones season since maybe like 5 or 6.
Wow. High praise.
When
Okay.
when was John stabbed? 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think maybe since then. How many seasons were there? 7 or 8?
8.
Oh, they 8? Okay. I can't remember what 6 was then. But anyway, yeah, I still think it's probably the best since 5. Um, okay. And please, if you've enjoyed our coverage on industry, please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Please rate us 5 stars if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I saw that someone gave us 1 star on Apple Podcasts, so
Really? Oh no.
they must really hate fucking it.
Did they
I,
give did
I've
they give a
always
review or
I didn't see. I didn't see. But Apple is weird 'cause I don't know if Apple like segregates your reviews according to your country you're in. I don't think it shows all the reviews, which is weird. But I saw a 1 star, and I've always thought I saw like you must really hate something to give it 1 star because like to actually go out of your way and rate it 1 star is so like it must have really pissed you off.
you
Like
know what?
that's crazy.
I'll I'll take it. You felt something. That's why we're
Yeah,
here.
I mean, eh, big picture, yes, but like in terms of growing the podcast, no.
Sure.
Like,
That's your business.
yeah. Oh wow, rude.
I'm the creative.
Um,
I'm the talent.
oh, so I'm the one that has to worry about the money and the box
Yeah,
office
yeah, you're
returns.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I'm Seth Rogen. Um, yeah. So please subscribe. Please follow us. That will also help you know when we put out new episodes. Which I don't know what we're doing. We're not confirmed just yet what we're doing over the spring. But obviously, there are quite a few shows coming out. I'm sure we'll cover at least 2 or 3 of them between now and May. Um, okay, let's get into the episode. But before, let's talk on some YouTube comments from last week, episode 7. Um, do you have any more Yas Harper takes you want to get off your chest?
Me?
Uh-huh. Okay.
No.
As one would expect, as I expected as we were talking, we got quite a few comments and emails and things about our thoughts on the romantic side of Yas Harper. There's no kind of there's more than one, so there's really no point in like reading them out or whatever. I do think like I'm not I am confident in like reasserting my view and my stance. So like I think this particular relationship is better if there's no romantic subplot involved. I think like their emotions are actually maybe what I'm trying to say is I think their emotions have surpassed a romantic one.
Yeah.
Like I think
Don't cheapen
romantic
it.
one
Don't cheapen what's
Mhm.
going on.
Um, yeah. Anyway, and also I realized that maybe this is it's very fair if this is like the heteronormative me talking, but I've never like seen a romantic like attraction from Harper to Yasmin. I've always just thought that was put on. I've never actually seen it in the show, so maybe that's why I just never bought into the Yaz Harper
Fair.
romance. Um, Okay, so there's this comment we got. First of all, there's a comment we got from Dr. Detfink, who has been supporting us all season, so thank you. And he managed to compare last week's episode 7, to both the movie Casino, speaking of Vegas, and Macbeth.
Shout
And
out
I thought
Daily
that was just
King.
very impressive. I was just like, to be able to compare to Shakespeare and Scorsese, that's just well
Fair.
done. I like, I have nothing to say. He also said that Rob should stay away from UK now that Yasmin is single again, which is like fair. Although I do think like she's kind of surpassed those that tax bracket. Okay, so there's this comment we got which I want to try and touch on. It's from Rizzy, aka Riley Freeman 3542 on YouTube. Um, so he says the level of plot gymnastics in making Whitney a sympathetic figure while he still displays sociopathic tendencies with with sycophantic monologues of pure snake oil BS is reminiscent of a morally bereft anti-hero like Walter White. While Henry had the twisted up stank face of frustration of Jesse Pinkman, the more he realized in horror that he was a sacrificial pawn, the more Whitney spewed his sophistry. Had to look that word up. Didn't know what sophistry meant, so
Good
thank you.
word.
Yeah, very good word. Uh, can we root for Whitney while he continues to drag Henry along like Walter manipulated Pinkman? I want to pause here and say that I have never rooted for Whitney,
Yeah.
like at
I
all.
mean, I feel empathy
I
from time
really,
to time.
this is so interesting. Empathy, not sympathy.
I don't know, sympathy. Sorry, not empathy. Sympathy from time to time. Because like, fair enough, he's in a bad spot. And I think the time that I actually went, okay, maybe it's not all him, is when he was like, yo, let's not kill more
Tony Day.
people. Yeah, let's not kill
Don't answer
Day.
this
Like,
question now because I had it for you later. But I find it very interesting that you said you feel sympathy for him, but you felt 10% for Henry.
it's a privilege thing. Sorry.
Look. I know you're well enough to know it's a privilege thing, but at the same time, I just didn't think that privilege would carry that much
It does.
because one is clearly a psychopath. Anyway, we'll talk about
No,
it
just
in a
a
sec.
little bit now, right? What I'm saying is I don't completely okay. He's not a pure villain,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Like
Who do you
there
feel more
isn't
sympathy for
like in general.
between Whitney and Henry?
Henry, of course. Henry is a victim. He's foolish, but he's a
You
full-on
said
victim.
10% last week. 10% is very low. I don't know.
I've
So are you saying
revised
that?
my take, and I think during
Okay,
that conversation, you guys really,
okay.
especially William. William had some really good points that I hadn't really
hmm
considered. So, you know,
Um,
my take evolved. It grew.
okay, and then he continues to comment. Harry never cared about actually being a good person. He just wants people to believe he's a good person. What do you think about this?
Both and I think he cares as much as people believe it.
Yes. So my answer was very similar in that I think he wants people to be. He wants to be a good person so that people believe he's a good person.
Which will then
Like
make him continue to be a good person.
exactly, he wants to be a good person for a selfish reason. So
Yes.
it's not great because you should
No.
be able to be a good person to be a good person. But like, I don't think he's like. Yeah, I think he still wanted to do good things because he
Yeah.
thought that people would think he's a good person for doing those good things.
Yeah, because he thought
Um,
they were good and other people will see them as good and then he would be good.
yeah, yeah. Also, he's Catholic for fuck's sake, so he
Fuck
has that
nah.
Catholic guilt.
Great word.
Um,
Great
Yaz
line.
put
Great line.
Yaz put the quote unquote needle in the coffin again.
Very
Great.
good.
Yeah, very good. I love some of our commenters. Yaz put the quote unquote needle in the coffin when she repeated often to Norton's dismay about heroin usage, which appears to be a slanderous lie about Henry, who was in fact relapsed with booze. We talked about this last week, but there is a chance that's a lie. Because all we do know is that he was drinking. And he said, I have repaired my relationship with alcohol.
Yes. That's fair. Does Yasmin say he is currently using, or does
I
she
know she's,
say, I know he's used in the past,
oh,
often?
I, I can't remember what she says, but I
Because she
do
says
think,
definitely booze
Yes.
And then she mentions that in the past he's had cocaine, but like I'm not too sure on the verbiage.
So I think, okay, maybe slanderous lies a bit harsh. Why? So I think you might right, as she said in the past, but I do think everything is with the intention of like
Oh no,
letting
she
not to
was
know.
trying to play it
No,
up,
no,
right?
but she's also trying to be like, there's a very good chance he's doing that right now, even though she
Yeah.
probably knows he's not doing that at all.
Nose is a stretch.
Okay, yeah, because she can't really know, I
She
guess. But
can't.
like, yeah,
And
fair.
even from their conversation earlier in the episode where she goes, nobody can shoot that much up their arm. Like when she's
Mm-hmm.
talking about the money. I
That's
think
what I was
she
thinking
still
about.
believes
Yeah.
that there's a possibility that
Mm-hmm.
he's doing these drugs.
You slap a fucking nose.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking knows. So where's the money?
um,
I'm gonna miss you.
Miss who? Yasmin or Henry?
Yasmin.
Okay. Um, the rest of this comment we'll touch on when we get into Harper and Yasmin because it
Yes.
focuses on Harper and Yasmin. Industry season 4, episode 8, the season finale is titled Both and. Is written and directed by show creators Conrad K and Make It Down. Should we jump straight into it, unless you have any big picture thoughts you want to share first?
Let's jump straight into it. It's just what a ride.
Okay.
What a ride.
My only big picture thought was that about how normal this finale was.
Interesting that you say normal because I had that about Harper. And I think if anyways, we can get into it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we'll
fair.
get to Harper. But I think just in terms of like a structural point of view, I mean, last season finale, we spent like the first 30 minutes talking about how like the show was changing and what people
Okay,
enjoyed. Like,
fair,
people,
fair.
yeah, this was just like a
Fair. Okay,
story.
okay, 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 okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
My, I guess, big picture thought is I feel like this season was always going to be broken into two. Like, I think they're going to tell a multi-season story here. I think we've done half. I think the second half is coming in the next season, inshallah,
Um,
if they
I am
bring me
like
there.
98% sure we'll get to season 5. We're recording this before it's announced. We'll see if it's announced
Yeah.
before the finale drops. But like, I'm 98% sure. And that's because 1% is for God and 1% has to just be like, maybe. But like, I
For
don't see how we don't
respect.
get season 5.
Yeah. But yeah, and that was actually my big picture from this finale. I was like, oh, what the story's still going on in a way
Mhm.
that I think in other seasons they kind of end and we're doing a new thing the next season.
Oh my God, that's so interesting that you say that because I had, and I guess we can stay on big picture right now. I had a
Yeah.
different opinion
No,
where I thought this was the most series finale they've ever
series
done.
finale. No, I would say season 3 is the most season finale they've ever done. Like series finale, sorry.
I guess, yeah, because
It ties a bow and then it blows up Pierpoint. It's done.
I guess you're right. Yeah. Maybe I'm looking at that being the height of that we saw season 4. But I think this one was like, no, because season 3, there's still some hints of where the story could go. Like there's the Yasmin thing. I guess that's really the only. There's a Rob thing, which we thought was a
Is
thing at that
there?
point.
Is there? I don't
Maybe
know.
it's-
Like all
maybe
that
there
stuff
isn't.
feels like the character's reaching a preordained conclusion, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yasmin is going to marry a man like her dad. Rob has to get out of the industry. Eric
How,
dies after
yeah.
killing his best friend. Harper
We'll rise from the
will
ashes.
rise from the ashes and do something probably criminal, right?
Yeah. And okay, but for this one though, my first thought was just like I was like, and maybe it's the same thing. I was just like, everything is over, and I think I know what you're talking about, like in multi-season. Like I know
Yeah,
those threads you're talking about. I'll talk about
yeah.
them, but I was like, if everything, maybe it's the same way. It's like if everything ends here,
It's okay.
everybody, yeah, it's even more than okay. It's
I
like
don't think
it
so.
makes
I feel like
sense.
I would be so upset. Like more than if they ended it at season
I
3, I would be
think
so
you're meant
upset.
to. I think you're meant. You know, let's. Like, I think I know what you're talking about, but I think you're meant to be upset. But let's go before we go to the episode. Actually, sorry. You mentioned last week about something that it didn't really work for you, the like
Yes.
10 Downing Street stuff. We didn't really
Yes.
spend too much time on it. Apologies. So like I wanted to see, is there anything you want to talk about with that? Because we do start this episode
In
at
the same
Politics
vein.
Hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So what I wanted to touch on last week that I don't think really worked for me is I think a combination of pacing and maybe tone where
Okay.
the stuff that feels like a BBC show just felt like it was tacked on to the rest of the stuff that was going on.
And you meant like the Lisa Dern,
The Lisa Dunn
Bevan, Ricky
stuff.
Martin scenes.
Yeah, it didn't really work for me. And I think it's a very small gripe, right? Like
Hmm.
it was
Because
the
you
sh-
like BBC shows.
I
You
love
love
BBC
BBC shows.
shows. I
Yeah.
love BBC shows, and I think this show sometimes performs at its best when it's been a BBC show,
Hmm.
um, which we will get into like
Okay.
imminently, right? But I just felt like a lot of that stuff just felt too disconnected. Like I don't feel anything for Jennifer Bevan, right?
Hmm.
Not really. So I
Hmm.
don't really want to see scenes of her alone in, reading the letter from
Hmm.
or the getting the flowers from.
From Lisa
Like
Dern.
it didn't really feel like it was really connected to the rest of the stuff. Um and then like I said, it felt like a lot of the setup that they had been doing in the first part of the season, this was the execution part,
Hmm.
right? And I saw most of the execution coming. So I was just like, okay, some of those scenes I was just like, yeah, let's get through, let's get through, let's get through.
Okay.
And an example of that we didn't touch on was Harper and Jim Daker's boss. I forget his name.
Hmm.
I was just like, okay, I know where this is going, right? Like you guys have telegraphed it so well. I would have been okay for you to skip it. But then we spent a good chunk of time with them.
3 minutes, yeah, five
Yeah.
minutes,
I
yeah.
was like, okay, fine. So those sorts of things, like when it comes to the pacing, took me out. And then the Jenny Bevan stuff with the tone took me out. But overall, I think Seven is really good.
Hmm. Yeah, okay.
I think it's really good.
I didn't feel like I didn't feel like it need to defend your
D
start. Like,
plus. Yeah. It's just that we've
I
come
mean,
from an
look,
A.
I think the flow on this show is quite
It's high.
high. Like
Yeah.
for episode 3, which I didn't love, I'm just like, yeah, again, that'll probably be like a B plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so I don't know if this is the case because this show can very easily just not carry this plot line into season 5. But did your opinion change by the end of the episode? Like, if we're following Jenny and Sebastian more next season, are you up for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm down. I'm down.
Okay.
And I think it's
S-
all related to how this episode starts. They start with politics hour and the camera is moving, Pancake.
mhm.
And then, yeah,
What do you think of
I
Jenny's
like that kind of
speech?
stuff. I thought it was really interesting, but then
Uh-huh.
also completely unrealistic in Keir Starmer's label. There's no fucking way. There's no way Keir Starmer is allowing one of his ministers to go on live television and admit guilt.
Well, it's not her guilt. The person that is guilty has been kicked out. So she's throwing it more on Lisa Dern.
But she's put it on the Labour Party. Keir Starmer would
She's put-
never. Keir Starmer would never. The whip would be withdrawn. Wakefield would be
um
searching for a new MP right now.
I I also kind of, I mean, maybe this is just the naive and cynical part of me. I was like, okay, sure. So I find it thrilling. I was like, okay, like, what are you like?
I'm like, yeah, sure. But honestly, if I was in the audience, eating it up.
Yeah, but I
I'm
guess
eating it
because
up.
we know that she's involved. I guess if you think that she was completely divorced when she's brought in to
Yes.
clean things up,
Yes.
then maybe it's easier to eat it up. Um, okay, so I've divided this episode. 'Cause I think this episode is divided into 2 parts. There's the immediate aftermath of what happens in 7, which includes this politics hour, and then there's Paris, which we'll get into as well. So I want to just kind of talk about Henry in this like first part because the first part is really about him.
Yeah.
It starts with his scene with Yasmin. Um, what do you think of her giving him divorce papers metaphorically?
So, how long did their marriage last?
Eh, maybe
I don't
roughly 2
remember.
years, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
He looked so boyish when he's like in her arms and she's kissing his head. I was like, nah, this guy,
He's
bro.
able to do so many incredible things with his posture.
He
Kit
is.
Harington. I
He
don't know if that's from
is.
like Game of Thrones training or whatever, but like he can feel 6 feet tall, and as you said just now, like boyish. Like when she says she wants a divorce and he physically deflates,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
literally see him lose air, is kind of a crazy piece of physical acting. Like I don't know how you did that. Um
How my main thing, right? Because I love that scene. I think what Marissa Abella is doing with her eyes
mhm.
is incredible. I think it's when she's hugging him and she says, "I don't love you anymore, Henry." God forbid. God forbid. Actor. Bastard. What? Too good.
God forbid. Even her line reading of course I can, when he says you can't leave me
You
like
can't leave
this.
me like this. And she says, of course I can. Oh, God.
Because it's actually so interesting and so funny because like on paper, you can't leave me like this, of course I can.
A retort.
Anybody yeah, like anybody else can present that in a different way. Like she presents in a way of like, yeah, yeah, of course I can. Like I don't want to, but like
Uh,
there's
yeah.
I can. Which is like I don't know, is most people fight with that thing of like I can't leave this person was when I met them, right? And but she's kind of like maybe ideally I wouldn't want to do that, but like of course I can. Like I have every right to. Like I'm not
You
your
don't
mother.
own
Like
me. Yeah.
yeah. Um and then he says we're Catholic for
What
fuck's sake.
Catholic, for fuck's sake?
Um
How can she continue to live, though? Like, live like this in a divorce?
live like what?
Like, her current set of...
Nothing now.
Why? Why does Norton decide to keep her
I
part of the
do not
family?
know. This is what I was trying to get to last
This is
week.
what you were trying to say last week. And
Yeah,
I
yes.
was like, yeah, it makes sense if Henry dies. But if you're going to divorce him, then I don't get...
I I think maybe Norton just really loves her because I was trying to say last week, like if Henry is his heir,
Yeah,
so if Henry is not involved anymore, like why would he still stop up? I guess Henry just, I think Norton just really loves her,
fair.
and like it's not as if like she, which I think is important. She didn't kill Henry without Norton's blessing,
Mm,
so Norton can't then be
fair.
like, "Fuck you, you killed my son."
I mean, he can.
I mean, he can, but like from what we know of him, like, you wouldn't necessarily because, like, it was quote unquote like again, she didn't do it without his blessing and without his power. Like he's
Yeah.
still the one that gives the
Fair.
final say.
Fair.
So if he's being quote unquote just, then he's like, okay, like I know, and again, it's like I know what he did to you was a bad relationship. He was
Fair.
abusive emotionally, not physically. No, yeah, not, I think if anyone, she's probably probably the one that was physically abusive. Any one of them was going to be. Um, yeah, so I think that's kind of the answer. But that was what I was trying to figure out last week.
That's true. And you raised it, and we were just like, obviously, you fool. But then, yeah, when I was watching this episode, I was like, oh, how does this work?
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything else about the divorce? Should we go to the plane?
No.
Okay.
Let's
So
go to
Whitney.
the call first.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, Whitney calls Henry. What do you want to say about the call?
It's like they're doing this, like, really nice Italian. Next thing,
The music just stops.
it just becomes so menacing. So menacing. What a fun
And
call, though.
I think obviously because you're like it's no caller ID. Why does Henry answer? I think he answers it with the expectation that it's Whitney,
It's
right?
Whitney. Yes, he knows.
Yeah. Because yeah, he's not surprised, but like he's so stressed. Like when Whitney mentions Russia, like I think again is one thing because we are watching the show and we've seen all these plot things unfold. We forget that like if you get that
Kid
information
doesn't know.
cold, can you imagine your business partner is like Russia have been controlling our company,
The whole time. The whole time.
and you could be
Bro,
a state asset?
his silent scream. His silent scream killed me.
He's so stressed. It's
So
like it's like
good.
I can go to the police and make a scene. And Whitney's like, yeah, sure, yeah, because no one has
No one
died
has
in
ever
police
died in
custody.
jail.
Cough, cough, cough. Um,
Have you
yeah,
been on
and this is uh, uh he. What did you say?
nothing? I just don't know if you want to go there, so I'm not gonna go there. Have you been on Gmail?
um, who do you want to talk about? Which
Ignoring me?
person in police custody do you want to talk about?
Are you ignoring me? I said, have you been on
Is it
Gmail?
what's Gmail?
Ah, someone made a website like Gmail, but
Hmm.
it's just a certain famous Jeffrey's emails, and
So
you can go
yeah,
through them.
that's what I was referencing. I was like, which
Okay, okay.
who do you want to talk about? I was in police custody. I didn't know that there was a Gmail. That's kind of crazy.
No, it's fine.
Relevant in the news again. Um, So I mean, very long for this episode. It's not even like there's no point of cutting that out. But let's stay on Henry for now because he joins Whitney on the plane, and Whitney has asked him to bring some money.
Probably just
Um,
wants his boyfriend to run with him, man. He
Also the
just.
money, but sure,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that, but then also he just wants his boyfriend.
Also the money. Um, were they only 20 pound notes?
Ooh, probably because bundles,
That
right?
would make sense. That would make
Mm.
sense, yeah, because 50 is like raises suspicion.
Fair.
Um,
Yes, you're
when
right. Yeah.
yeah, when I worked at the stadium, if you ever got a 50 pound note, you had to test it
Yeah,
to
I think
see.
everywhere, like
Oh,
supermarkets.
ever the supermarket as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Bro, London is
So
so cashless these days that if you give people coins, they're confused.
like at the store,
Yeah, Naz had an experience last weekend where she paid for the 10p bag or 20p bag with coins and they had to go show their manager.
like we don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, what is this?
Let's see. Somebody working at the Tesco is listed 17. Fuck man. Bro, in 2019 there were 10. Like in 2019, before COVID, there were 10. Like they probably haven't actually seen coins.
Yeah, they had to go show the manager. They were like, is this
Um
okay? And they're like, yeah.
that's funny. Okay, let's not waste too much time for people hate us. So because there's a big part of the episode that we have to get to, obviously.
Yeah.
Um we got a comment last week's episode from Wale Jobs, and his comment was Henry being a child all through this season is something I didn't think we'll get. Zero character development and awareness all through. I don't know if I agree with that. But then he's like, wake up, Muck. And I'm just like, I hope he's happy with this scene
Mark is
because
up.
Muck wakes up.
Mark is
Muck
up.
wakes up. Ayo, there is dignity to knowing your place. You
Fuck.
forfeited that.
What
But
a
it's your
line.
pathetic, self-serving roadmap. You didn't account for one thing. My
My place.
place. Oh my I mean, it's obvious what triggers him, right? We don't have to spend
Yeah.
10 hours trying to figure this out.
The thought of not
He's
being a sir.
even beyond, I think just thought about being an Englishman. I think sir is obviously
Fair
part of it, but I think
enough.
just the part of not being
Fair
an
enough.
Englishman. What does he call it? Your civilian fucking document or something? Your fucking poor boy
Poor
civilian document.
Poor boy.
Bro, he's looking at it and he's like, Lithuania, like it's the same picture. He cannot believe what he's being asked to do. Like it's such an affront to him that he's like, and it's so funny because like we've made jokes and we've added to like Henry's like Englishness and
Mm-hmm.
his love for king and country and things like that. But like it's another thing to kind of see it play out like this. And you're like, this is
And this be the trigger
yes, like
for him to
out of everything,
finally show
out of
some
everything you've
situational awareness.
yes, that's what everything you've gone through. This is the thing, right? And it's like
It's like,
it's
you
not
want me
out
to be
of
a
place.
pawn?
It's like and it's not out of place. It tracks. It's like he's if he was a normal person, he would have the Union Jack drift across his house, right? He's
Across
that
his
kind of
chest.
yes, he's that kind of person, and you're just like, oh yeah, it makes sense. It's like you want me to give up my passport, like who I am, like the man who sings. For he's an Englishman. Yeah. What's your favorite line he says to Whitney in this scene?
Oh, that's tough. Come back to me. What's yours?
Um, if you have to reach for something, then you already fucking missed
Already
it.
fucking missed it. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. I like
That's my
you're a, what is it? Your fucking mooch? Or what was it?
something like that. I think that's what comes before the reach some for
Yeah.
something lines like you've lived you were born a mooch or something and you would die
You
a
would
mooch.
die fucking
Um,
mooch.
so that reach for one is like because that's like I think that's the thematic bow
That's the
for
thesis.
Whitney's
Yeah.
story, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like how Haley called him a try-hard loser
Yeah.
last in episode 6, I think. Um, but my favorite actual line is probably just "Eat my shit, you peasant."
So good as well.
You peasant.
Peasant, man. He's
And
so
it's like
good.
I'd rather die as me than run as you. And it's like all the like things that you're like, Henry, wake up to Wale's point, or like you're shaking him, like everything happens here because his Englishness is questioned or is threatened. And it's so funny that this is the trick. I know we just said this, but like it wasn't when he found out like there was fraud, or even he never started to Yasmin like this. Like it's just so funny that like this is where he all the barbs come
It
out and
came
you're
out.
like,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
fair. That's
Um
fair.
when he says like, "You think I'll become this even for a moment, like for
Also,
you, like
he
this?"
hurts Whitney when he throws the passport at him, cuts him.
Yes. Whitney's like, "Oh," and then when Whitney tries to like grab him, and you're like, "Oh yeah, you're actually you're a weak person." Like
Yeah,
we're scared of you, but like in real life, you're just like a weak human being.
just like
Like,
just a boy. He can beat you.
yes. Um,
I
I
think
should
Whitney genuinely just wanted to have his boyfriend in Lithuania with him.
okay,
And also
maybe
use him as a pawn. And also,
yeah, but also I think like if Henry's right that if Henry's not there, then the case will break down. Like there'll be no
the
case.
case against him anyways.
They'll move on eventually. I should mention that even at this point in the episode, actually throughout this episode up to the end, I'm kind of expecting Henry to die.
Same.
So at this point, I'm like, is it gonna be like a Fargo kind of thing? Is Henry gonna like, is Whitney gonna grab him and he's gonna hit his head, or like, is it gonna be a
Fall
stupid
out
death?
of the plane.
I still so at this point,
Yeah.
I'm still kind of thinking he's gonna die. Um, so my question following this was, but you've already kind of answered it. I was gonna ask like, if your sympathy increased for him when he's arrested, because yeah, when he's
Yeah.
arrested,
Yeah.
it's like none of this is his fault, and
It really
genuinely
is.
none, genuinely none of this is his fault.
He has been brought Whitney into his life, forced him to take up the job.
And then Whitney
But
is
then,
smarter than him.
yeah, I mean, he let himself get played, which is a little bit his fault.
Well, I mean, he didn't know he was getting played.
I
He
don't
allowed
know.
himself like go like he
He allowed
go with the
himself to
flow.
believe.
Yes,
But
yes,
you're
like
the CEO, so like, someone's gonna be a
hmm.
little bit.
Um, should we talk about like just wrap up his storyline? His scene with with Otto. So he's called Jenny and is like, "Hey, look, tender was being used by
There's
Russians.
some Russian stuff going on.
Yeah, can you kind of how can I use this to my advantage?" She goes to speak to Ricky Martin. Is like, "Oh, please grow up. There's Russian stuff going on everywhere. There's also UK stuff going on everywhere. Like we're all doing stuff everywhere." Um, so Jenny's like, "Go talk to Otto Mustang." Otto tells him a story about a friend of
Sorry,
his that
before we get to the story, do you know what I wrote down when I first saw Otto?
what?
Otto, missed you, you disgusting creep. Because I did honestly miss him.
Yeah, I mean, what did I theorize after episode 2 that we're not going to see him again all season?
Yeah.
Because I definitely knew he wasn't going to come across with Harper. So it's funny that he came back like here. But then he's like, he tells the story about somebody he worked with in Russia.
Yeah.
And that person crossed the wrong people. And quote unquote, that person was impaled on the beautiful Georgian railings outside the home that he could no longer afford off the
Off
Fulham
the
Road.
Fulham Road. Bro, Otto
Now,
is so
I,
good.
I want to pause there and I want to rewind 30 minutes. Because in that scene you're mentioning earlier, where like the music is playing and then Whitney's call comes in and stops it, that shot is from outside his house, and the railings are in shot. And
Very good.
I'll put this image on the video for anyone watching on YouTube or Spotify. And the way it shots, like Henry's kind of body is kind of rested on one of the railings. And in my head, in that moment, I'm like, again, I'm thinking Henry's going to die. So I'm like, he's probably
Fair.
going to commit suicide. I'm like, this is foreshadowing. Like, he's going to commit suicide by jumping off his roof onto these railings.
Wow.
So when Otto says it, I was like, holy fuck. Is either they're throwing us off the scent or they're doubly foreshadowing this.
Just good visual storytelling. He's definitely gonna
It's,
die.
it's like, I was like, he cannot just be telling a random story about someone that died by quote unquote suicide in the exact same way I thought he was going to die 30 minutes
Is that a
ago.
real story though? I didn't look it up, but
I mean, no, but like, there's so many stories like that now. I know the story of, I know at least one guy that fell from Canary Wharf roof now a while ago. This was
in
like a common
Russia.
story now. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure
I
this
didn't
is
know
like,
this.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of those things like, yeah, because when, you know, I don't know if he was a businessman I think he may have been a politician. So like
Oh, even
the other
worse.
side of yeah, exactly. So the other side of quote unquote of the head bear rider in chief. So like yeah, so but whichever way, I think this is like not even if it's not a real story, I don't think
Fair, fair.
it's not
It's not far-fetched.
uncommon.
Okay.
Yeah. Um and but Henry gets the lesson. Good on
He
him.
lands. He
He's like
lands. And then I think the last few things that he says to Henry are where he really convinces him. He's like, hey, the guy had a history of mental health disorders,
do
elliptical
you
phone
not?
calls. Say you have a history of mental health disorder, do you not? Henry, quiet.
I I think that was when I knew that he wasn't gonna die this episode.
Fair.
Like when
Fair.
they did that, I was like, okay, he's not
When
gonna
they
come
say
to
it,
his side.
fair.
Yeah, I was like,
Fair.
okay, it's not. I was like, okay.
One thing Henry does do in that conversation is that he lays out what he thinks the Russians were doing with Tender. So
Mm-hmm.
data mining, money laundering for covert operations, and essentially spycraft, like getting people into um,
The right rooms.
positions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny because in episode 6, I think, when Harper gives the speech at the Alpha conference and
Hmm.
Tender is trying to reposition, the woman on the board is like, we can make some money by like sending some data.
Yeah.
And Fredon's like, a stupid idea for anyone. Like he's like doing this
Who has some
moral like
fiber.
yeah, we'll never sell data. It's like, oh, okay, so what's happening with Russia, Ferdinand? Like
Maybe
what,
that's why.
what
Maybe he doesn't. That's why he doesn't want other people to sell it
fair.
because
I thought he was just
yeah.
trying to like put up a front, even though we knew what he's really doing. Okay, before we go to Paris, I want to check on Stental quickly. Um, great piece of acting from Mahala. And the thought that came to my head, and this is after like the markets open and they realize what the P&L is, they realize how much money they're about to make.
I really
And she,
enjoyed them doing the lo-fi P&L. Shout out Eric. Pour one out for Eric.
yeah, pour one out. Just please pour one out. This show has got my brain so fucked up that when, even if it doesn't make sense, but when Harper, wait, what are you going to say?
Same. Same.
Is, is it actually the same thing?
I was like, Harper's gonna fuck this up. She's gonna say, "Don't stomp out yet. It can't go lower," and then
I
they'll
was even,
lose everything.
so I was thinking that, but I was thinking more like when she calls Kenny and Kenny's like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "Wait, what's Kenny doing?" I was like,
I was like, they're too close to the finish line. They're gonna yank it from
I
me.
was like, Kenny, are you fucking dead? Like, I was like, Kenny, what's going on?
Fair.
I was like, Kenny, Eric is not part of them anymore. You don't have to fuck them. But then everybody's like, it's fine, it's good. Everybody's making money. And then my notes I have here, based on how Harper reacts, is like, what do you feel when you don't know what to feel? Like, she's been guided by this one emotion for so long that now that the
Yeah.
race is over, she's like,
She can't even enjoy it.
she doesn't know what to do.
She can't show her mom. She can't show her dad.
But I mean, and then she tries to call Eric. Obviously, she's hit with voicemail.
To show her
And but the good thing is that there's yeah, I know, sure. There's a sliver. Imagine if it was her real dad. She was trying to call just
dad.
randomly enter the show. But there's a sliver of hope because like she has this kind of
She
little
calls. She gets the voicemail. Yes.
yeah, and then, but she has this like kind of the scene ends. It's a bit of like little satisfactory laugh to herself
Yeah.
or chuckle, and she's just like, I actually did it. But at the same time, that scene cuts to a wide of her alone. Right?
Framed by two Bloomberg terminals.
Exactly. That's just like we hear Kwabena and see people. They're off screen. They're behind.
Yeah.
Like it's that whole scene is just
It's
her
just
and
her.
work.
Yeah.
Um.
Sweet
Okay.
pea wanted caviar, French toast, Pringles, Casamigos, and McDonald's fries.
Which are the best fries. To be fair,
They are.
she's correct about
Shout
that.
out Sweet Pea, man. Casamigos.
What did the Kwabena was like? Did you ask for Dom? And this is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the next round. My favorite overhead lines are in this scene. Do you want to do them now or do you want to wait to the end?
Just tell me what are yours.
Kwabena says, I think my religious affiliation is big coats, like really fucking big coats, just like random.
I don't actually have an overheard line in this episode.
Then
I'm sorry.
Sweet Pea, yeah, you wouldn't hear them. You need subtitles on to see them. Then Sweet Pea is like, it's a watershed moment in a woman's life when she stops buying secondhand Prada and buys the actual Prada.
Aw.
It's like, I'll take your
Shout
word
out
for it.
Sweet Pea, man.
So Sweet Pea. Okay, let's go to Paris.
Let's go to
which
Paris.
is going to be the bulk of our conversation, I'm sure. 45 minutes in.
Niggas called me a bad man. Niggas called me a madman.
It doesn't mean you're not a madman,
Niggas
but
thought I could not see.
it's just because
God,
Mickey and Corona is mad. Oh,
everything I saw came true.
let's go in chronology of Paris.
Yeah. So
let's
start before Paris.
Okay, you want to start with the new office?
No, because that's okay. Yes, fair. We can do that. But I was actually going to start before that. I was going to start with Yasmin, Norton, and
Sebastian?
Seb. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So Yasmin somehow still in Norton's good graces. Well, I'm guessing this is a few months after.
Yeah.
And maybe does she works for him now?
Yeah, she works for him.
Okay, cool.
Or
I
she
guess
works for
that's
Sebastian. No, she works for him, I think.
yeah. I guess that's a good way to keep her tied to the family,
Yeah.
quote unquote. But Yasmin brokers a meeting to get Sebastian, who we didn't actually mention him in the last episode. Even didn't talk about the news agents, which I had in my notes. Cause fun, real podcast, real person. I actually do watch them from time to time.
I'm sure you do. This show is so good at casting real people that I could tell that I was a real person. I didn't know the podcast, but I could tell that I was a real person.
Yeah.
I mean, this episode also has real people. Oh God, I can't remember his name now. But in the politics section, there are at least 2 real people there. I'll get up their names before we wrap up this. No, okay, go ahead.
So Yasmin sets up a meeting, and I guess she's essentially trying to sell Sebastian to Norton. So Sebastian is this. Norton has a really good line that I just don't remember. Well, like
is
tech
it
acceleration.
A lot of words?
Yeah. It's so good. But describes him to a T.
Post-reactionary. Yeah.
And in that scene, what I remember thinking is, this reminds me of season 3. Petra and Harper on one side, Yasmin and the Pierpoint person on the other side. The Pierpoint person is like, why the fuck do you want to look at these? Like, these are dog shit. And Yasmin is like, show them. And the person's like, no, you are not seeing. Like, this makes no sense. And I think this scene reminded me of that, because something is happening with Sebastian that Norton can see. He's like, yo, what you're doing is going to lead to the downfall of democracy. Essentially is what he says, right?
Yeah.
And Yasmin is like, no. Everybody love him. Everybody love him. We'll just clean him up. This is my thing. I want to do a thing.
I want to do a thing.
She want to do a thing.
No, but your best point to that is when what's his name? Norton says all those words.
Yes.
And she's like, ooh, big words. It's the same thing when she says double-sided for the environment. It's like, you're not in the right conversation, Yasmin.
You're not doing it. Like, you're not seeing what's happening here. These guys have very clear ideological points that they're on. Sebastian is even trying to, because he's saying, like, it doesn't matter your creed, your race, whatever. It's just people that are born in a country that they can no longer recognize. And I was like, okay, sure. But, like, we hear what your supporters are saying.
What's Sebastian's party? Independent?
I think he's independent, but I think what has essentially happened, and I'm going to take this W, is Sebastian has become what I thought Moritz would be.
Yeah.
Essentially a reform, but like a smart
I wasn't
reform.
going to give you the W because I don't think it's 100% correct. But like,
it's not 100% correct, but I did.
But yeah,
come
it's
on.
the same. Yeah. I mean, when they appeared on screen, I was like, fuck, another W for Eyo.
And that's why. That's why they appeared on screen, because that's the through line. But yeah, I think it's like a reform light, but like it's more Ayn Rand than like Nigel Farage's stuff.
And you say Ayn Rand?
Yeah.
Like the Ayn Rand?
Yeah, it's there.
Was he expecting that reference?
No, but it's there. It's the Silicon Valley, it's the Peter Thiel. We're going to have our own little, I forget what they call them. Those are little kingdoms where they'll make all the laws and everybody will be just... Anyways, let's not talk too much politics. But
yeah, it's an Ayn Rand algorithm, please.
Who knows? A listener is a listener. Anyways, that's where they are. But
Mhm.
I think in terms of the effect, it will probably be to the same effect as like a reform party would have.
Mm. I mean, because nothing is like, why don't you just cross over the aisle and go
Yeah,
conservative? And apparently, Adekunle has been.
is
They
that
realize she's black. They realize she's black. Get out of here.
again foreshadowing
We'll see. We'll see.
when it
Fingers
happens to the
crossed.
current leader of the Conservatives from a Nigerian background, which honestly, incredible. Really good of them.
Yeah. I've got there's people that are real in the politics art segment. Amol Rajan, who's a presenter, and Jamie Lang.
Oh,
You
I know
probably
that
know his
name.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will know his face. Like he's a presenter as well, but like he came up from Made in Chelsea. Um,
Oh.
so but he does. He's one that says. I think he's one that says. The youths are always the ones that like bear the cost or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Norton has been fighting. Like, it's so funny because just like everything that they show us about Norton so far
He's a good
doesn't
man.
marry with somebody that would
He's a
like
good man.
be the head of a tabloid. Like, how
He's
did
the
you
heart
make this?
he's the heart and soul of this show. Since Rob
But like,
left.
but how did you make this empire if these are your views?
I mean, he's
Or
still ruthless.
yeah, I mean, he does call the Conservative Party the most successful party of all time or something like that.
I think that's just a fact, Bankole. I think they just won the most elections.
Fair.
I don't think he was saying it like, "Oh, I love them. They're the most." I think it's just like, yeah, they are.
But
Like,
he's a Tory.
yeah, 100%.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, anything else you say about Sebastian?
I think in that scene, I think there was also a little bit of foreshadowing, and this might be me with my, you know, conspiracy theory cap on. But
Uh-huh.
when he tells Yasmin, "I'm sorry to hear about your divorce,"
Mm-hmm.
and then Yasmin is like, "Oh, you think it was an affront to God?" And he says, "Yes." I think that's going to play a part later because I think it's him telling her exactly what he thinks, exactly who he is, and her not really hearing
What does he think and who is he?
everything I just said.
Okay.
In techno acceleration is everything Norton said.
Yeah.
Like he's
So he
he's all of that. And I think
mhm.
he's saying, "Hey, this is your thing that you've done. You're
I
fucking
don't agree
with
with
what
it.
God said you should do. And I don't like it." But maybe that's just me.
No, no, that might explain something I was gonna ask later. Because I wasn't really sure. Like I felt like he was being serious about it being an affront to God, but since I couldn't tell if again because it's industry, I couldn't tell if
That's
he was
fair.
just saying
That's fair.
I couldn't tell if he was just saying that as like it was all foreplay.
And knowing, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I couldn't really tell, but that might explain the question I have coming up in Paris, which maybe we'll see. I don't know. Interesting. Um,
Okay.
should we go to Paris?
We can go to Paris now. Ooh, we're in
Okay.
Paris.
Okay, let's start with the dinner and then we'll walk our way towards everything. Um, they're back. The Moritzes. Is Moritz his last name or his first name? It's his
I
last
think
name,
it's the
isn't it?
Moritzes. I call them the
Yeah.
Moritz duo.
All the evidence suggests that different demographics have evolved to have different temperaments,
Dot
capacities.
capacities. Also, he says they're leaders of industry here. Evolutionary biologists. The fuck are we talking about, bro? The fuck are we talking about, Moritz?
A good game to play when watching this scene is at what point does Harper realize they're Nazis?
uh, I don't understand how they could be so open with this random black girl.
I mean, what do you mean? They're in a room of
I
similar
guess
minds.
that's fair. That's fair. But even I don't know, like, really?
Like, what's she gonna do? Let's assume she's the most liberal person ever and just happens to randomly be in this room. What's she gonna do?
I mean, you wouldn't tell her straight up, "Hey."
But they're Nazis. They're not afraid of black people. Like, it makes it like they should be afraid. Like, they're not afraid of this random black woman. As you
That's
said, like,
fair. Maybe
it's
not
like,
fear, but like shame.
Why would no?
I don't
They are
know. Like, what are you
Nazis.
saying? Like, just this person, just random person. Like when the Lady Moritz leans in and
Mhm.
says, "I'm so glad you're not like
No, so
the
you're one
other,"
of the good ones,
you know,
essentially.
bro, bruh.
Um, no, I mean they say that the best thing to do is send everyone back to their country. They said
Yeah,
repatriation is the best way.
repatriation is the only solution. Nah, man, they're crazy.
In
And
mind,
then
I was like reparation. No, that cannot be what you mean. So I was like reward. I was like
repatriation.
repatriation.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you because that is a word they are using here
Yes,
today. They are talking
really.
about it. Yeah,
In the
yeah,
UK,
yeah.
I did not know that. I
In
didn't
the
know that.
in the toast where they say at the end, "Proud nations." I was like, no, that's what I just said. Proud boys. That's what I just said. It. Just say it. Just say it.
Oh my god, man.
I had,
Yeah.
I had one note though on this scene. So
Mm-hmm,
after that, after her interaction with the Nazis, she goes to speak with Yasmin and Sebastian. Well, Yasmin
mm-hmm,
first, where Yasmin drops the incredible line, "I'm sober now, but not in an annoying way.
mm-hmm,
No notes."
mm-hmm,
And then she speaks to Sebastian. I have one note from there.
mm-hmm.
He's really good.
You
Say
know, you
seductive point made seductively our seduced.
you've
Not to
never
his
seen a white.
point.
You don't see a white man. You've never.
There's
You
no
didn't
white
love.
man I could not love. There's no white man I would love. He's so good. He's so good.
um. Yeah. I. So my question I was going to ask you is in this scene
Yep.
because when he says he's leaving,
Yep.
Haley comes through with a man,
Yep.
and he's visibly flustered at best,
Yeah.
right?
Good
And
word. I think that's the best word you could have used.
yeah, and Harper catches that. And my take while making this note is that has he quote unquote dated Haley?
Mm.
But now, based on what you said about the God thing, I'm wondering if it's just another affront to him.
I think that. I think he's just like, okay, but like I'll allow it to happen because I'm trying to raise money, but you guys are not going to survive in my country
That's so interesting
when
because also he
I
says
take
that
charge.
he's going for his son's first communion,
First
baptism,
communion or
something. Yeah,
confirmation, I don't know, something.
something like that. Imagine a season where Sebastian is our beacon of morality against Yasmin.
I don't know if it's just morality. I think it's something else. I think it crosses the line from, oh, I'm going to be an upstanding citizen to I'm going to impose these beliefs on people that don't even believe it.
Okay, yes, but
But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
okay,
Let's
we've
do it.
waited long enough. Let's do
Let's do it.
the 10 minutes conversation.
Fuck no, man.
I'm sure we both have pockets that we want to touch, but I want to start the big discussion about Harper this season. Because believe it or not, she's the one that like I came out of this episode thinking about a lot.
Yeah.
It was Harper. Um, this brings me to the Marty Supreme question, actually. So I guess what do you think of Marty Supreme? Give
Love.
me your letterbox review. You loved it. Okay. I love Marty Supreme as well. I think that and I've dog walked this test a bit and people I got a big pushback. So I'm ready for it to be a take that you don't agree with or you hate. I think there are two endings to Marty Supreme. I love one. I hate the other one.
Which one do you hate?
So wait, if I say two, can you imagine what the two endings are?
Actually, no. Because
Okay,
the
so
way when I watched the movie, it only ended one time.
the one end. Okay, fuck you. The one ended is the way it ends, right? When he
Yeah.
sees his child. I
Yeah.
can't remember if it's a son or a daughter.
I think it's a son.
And then the other ending is when he beats the guy
Yeah.
at table tennis at ping pong. I love that ending.
Interesting.
Right. Yes, because I guess that's the movie I went in for.
I guess that's what you were expecting, yes.
That's Andrew Neyman playing, was it Caravan or Whiplash he was playing at the end? But that's him playing to Fletcher, right? That's the ending. It's like
That's
he's won.
fair.
He's proven that he's obviously he didn't win the actual thing he wanted to win.
But he's proven
but
that he's good enough.
Yeah, right. I hate the ending with the child.
Oof.
Because
Yikes.
great acting from Timmy in that scene. But I just cannot agree or buy that this person who has spent 2.5 hours having this single focus and really not caring about this child really while they were unborn is just automatically changed immediately they see them. I think it's a scene you do or you write when you're growing up and when you have a child and things like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. But I don't think the movie that preceded it validates that ending.
That ending. Fair. I can see that.
Right. I've
But
never really.
that's okay, go ahead.
So like it's like to me, it's you're changing his character in a split second. And yeah, you can
In
say
that
that's
instance, yes.
you can say that's the beauty of having a child or whatever. Sure, whatever. But like in terms of this particular story, it's like
Sure,
you're now
whatever.
asking me to feel like you're asking me to feel this thing for him based off 1 second, even though he has shown no
None
like
of that.
I
Fair.
could put myself in his search for glory and whatever and all of that stuff because the entire movie has been about that. I'm on the journey with him, but now you're like, oh, he's a father, he's feeling that. So I don't like that ending.
Okay.
Now I bring that up because I praised Mickey and Conrad's directing last episode.
Yeah.
And I really need to praise their pen this episode. Because when I finished the episode, I was like, oh shit, that's what you did with Harper this season?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, shit, I did not.
We missed it.
I was like, wait, because at several points over the last few episodes, I've been thinking about like Harper being, and I apologize because this is going to be very reductive because we're going to use the words good and bad just to make things easy, right?
Fair.
Even though, yeah, everybody's great, whatever. But I've been thinking about how Harper was
Meow,
like
good.
good this season, right? At several points, but I've never really had enough like material to make
Yeah.
a point on the podcast.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe it's just the thing I'm seeing. Maybe I just like Mahala as a performer. And then in this scene, you're like, or rather, from now to the end of the episode, you're just like, oh,
It's there.
that
It's there.
that was it. It's almost like a magic trick, except that it was in front of us for the whole season. I don't know. What did you think?
Even when even when in the depths of her fight to, kill Tender,
Yeah.
and she would go up to the edge. All she would need was one person to be like, actually don't.
Mhm.
Eric is like, that's illegal, you go to jail. Sweepy is like, what would Eric say? And she's like, okay, actually, let's try
Yeah.
and do this properly. So
But while in previous seasons, should have still done it.
yeah,
Should have
yeah,
gone behind them.
she would.
So I think I'm so happy that you got this. You got this read as well because I think we've likened Harper to the anti-heroes of 2010s, right? We've done that since season one. And I think professionally, she's been like that most of the time. And I asked you, because we don't talk about takes about the show before we record, but I asked you, like, think about the worst things Harper has done, right? Because I was like, I think personally, like in her personal life,
Mhm.
she's not really been that.
Mm.
And like, when I asked you that, what did you come up with?
What do you think I came up with? Because I think we've
Well,
spoken about it on
her
this
sleeping with
podcast.
Rishi on his wedding day.
Yes.
But like,
But like what?
it's not on par with anything Don Draper or Walter White or Tony Soprano did.
Okay, sure.
It's not. First of all,
I mean, it's not.
because
Most of
if
them kill
it's
people.
because yeah,
I haven't
because
watched
also
Mad Men, so I don't know if Don Draper killed people.
it's not killing people, but he's emotionally abusive. He's alcoholic. He's destroying his family. He's destroying friends.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like, I know again, even in this situation you're describing, she's not the worst person in that scenario.
No, she's not. She's not.
It's like- but then I was
What was
thinking, I
your
was like,
answer to that?
it's that. It's things like that. It's like Daria in season one.
Yeah.
It's like I was doing like even Hart speaking about the COP conference, keeping at the COP conference in season 3. These are all things I was like
Not
like
that
anything.
bad.
Yeah,
That's
like I
actually
was
not
like,
that bad.
it's just embarrassing to Eric.
Yeah.
In the end, it's
Like,
like
personally.
it's fine. I was like, so I was just like, personally, it's really just Daria, and then like the cheating one, like yeah, it's bad, but people cheat. Like it's not a thing that like, oh, I'm sorry, I know you're in love or whatever. Like cheating is such a bad thing, but people
It's an
cheat
affront to
in life.
God.
It's- what do you think is worse? That or divorce? Too good. No, but so I was thinking about it, I was like, I don't know if it's us projecting these kind of expectations of like the anti-heroine-ness that was a long word, on Harper, or if it's like, but I do think maybe her being killed in season 2 started her change, because we talked about it last year, we talked about, or last season, we talked about it, like,
This season
she's
even.
trying her best,
Yeah.
even though at that point her best was not really good, but she's trying her best to not get Yasmin in trouble in 306.
Yeah. She is.
Like, she's trying her absolute best, and it's only when Yasmin, now looking back at that scene is a bit weird. You're like, oh wait, if it's only when Yasmin starts pushing the Harper is like, okay, fuck this. Like, I'm from New York. You're not gonna shout at me like this, and I'm not gonna take it, right? So I'm gonna take it. So I was like, oh, maybe they've been on this journey of making, again, lack of a better term, Harper good. And I don't know. It was just quite, it was a shock to me when it ended, and I was like, oh, okay. And it also relates to the Kwabena scene, which we'll talk about as well.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I don't know. I've spoken a lot, but like, what did you think about
No,
all of
I
that?
think very similar. One point I'm going to add is, and I mean they talk about this later on in the episode, but I don't
Hmm.
believe people change.
I don't know if we've discussed this.
But I don't believe people change generally. I think it takes a huge amount of force for someone to actually change, to move from your habits to new habits or new ways of thinking. I think
Hmm.
in this season, Harper gets enough of that force thrust upon her.
Mm.
She loses her mom
Hmm.
and Eric. And I think that just begins to,
And then Yasmin.
and I mean, eventually Yasmin, but I think by that time,
Hmm.
a lot of what was happening was already crystallized, right? Like
Hmm.
her mom dying, she finally opens up to Eric. They have their first honest and vulnerable conversation. He goes, and she doesn't immediately go all scorched earth, because I think her mom dying was a huge catalyst in, like, those changes would have been happening. I think she is who she is, right? I think,
Hmm.
based on how she grew up, the things with her brother, like, there's a lot that I think she puts on,
Hmm.
right, in order to survive in this world. But I think with those two big things happening with her in this season, she's able to take them off, or take it off.
This is the benefit of one of the great benefits of talking about a show weekly, because now I can go back and think about things we said across the season.
Yeah.
We talked about how you, ABB, and I talked about how we're surprised that she didn't go more scorched earth
With
with the CP
Quabs.
thing, and
Yeah.
Kwabena as well. Like,
Yeah.
it was, she wasn't as lovey dovey, but sometimes she was okay, right? She was
Yeah.
reserved,
Yeah, exactly.
and all of that kind of makes sense now, because
It
she's
does.
actively trying to be.
It
This is the
does.
opposite of Henry, or not, maybe not the opposite, but like the evolution of Henry. She's actually trying to be good and better and change. And I went back to episode 3. I was thinking about episode 3. Obviously, like I said, it's an episode that I don't love. I'm not saying everything makes sense now, because I still kind of fight with the triggered scene. But I was thinking about the Kwabena scene, which again
Mm.
felt, at the time, it felt janky and weird to me. I was like, this doesn't kind of make sense. But now I'm realizing that it's just because she's an awkward person trying to make sense of a first real relationship. So she says things like, "You still like me though," which at the time felt weird. I was like, that
Yeah.
sounds weird for Harper to say.
Yeah.
But now it's like, yeah, because she doesn't know what to say or what to do. It's like, I she's my baby girl. I was
She
like, oh my
is, she
God.
is, she is, she is. Oh,
I was like, oh my God,
she's so
Harper.
good. So good.
Um,
Okay,
yeah,
so
and then
that's Harper, right?
yeah. Well, it's
Because
not
I
Harper.
think,
I've said a few more things.
yeah,
But
no,
go ahead.
I think we'll get to after the 10-minute long conversation, but I think we
Mhm.
need to go into the 10-minute long
Okay, let
conversation
me
now.
say one final thing I have on the Harper change.
Yeah.
And I know, guys, I know she dated somebody in season 1, but that was all based on like fraud
And 3,
and who did she say season 3?
the guy with the big cock.
The movie guy. No, let's please. She said he was good in bed. I'm talking about serious. She had a relationship that was based on fraud and
Fair.
whatever. I have a
Stop for.
list before we get into the conversation. I have a list of times that I wrote that H came out, and H is the cute version of Harper to me.
Oh, baby
Um,
girl Harper.
yeah, baby girl Harper. Off the top of my head, some of the focusing some. You already mentioned some, so I won't repeat them. But like, her reaction to Whitney in the premiere, when Whitney
Yeah.
knows who she is and she's quite shy, about like, you know who I
Yeah.
am, and like she's taken by his interest in her. Makes sense now because again, she's just trying to make sense of like relationships. Um, her reaction at to Whitney at Henry's party. Obviously,
Yeah.
she's already talked about that, but like the whole funeral thing, and then finally her interactions with Sweet Pea all season. Like she's just genuinely protective of her,
Yeah.
and she feels bad for her the way even when she talked about Yasmin in this episode to Kwabena, but it's like, yeah, it's just
Exactly.
all these little things that Harper in seasons 1 to 3 will probably not have done.
But I think even the Yasmin thing, I think you can explain away based on the last episode, right? Like they
Yeah.
had their
Oh, okay,
in the
yeah,
same way
yeah.
that in episode 6, right? No, 5, she has her come to God moment with Eric. She
Mhm.
has the same thing with
Yeah,
Yasmin.
that's
So I
been
can understand that. But like you said, I think all the other points are valid. Those were points where Harper the human being read her head.
I was trying to come out. I don't
Yeah.
think trying, I think she came out. It's
She
just
came
like
out. She came
the
out. She
other
was
Harper
there.
was stronger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into the conversation.
Shell companies. That's illegal, right?
Hmm,
Imagine that's so rich.
hmm.
So rich coming from you, Harper. Sorry, I know we've done this whole thing about how
Yeah,
you're
I was
such
gonna
a
say
good
we just did this whole 10-minute section
this
about
is
how
whole
she's good.
this whole thing how you're good, but like what are you talking about, bro?
But has she done anything illegal this season?
This season, no. Well,
What?
feeding the story to Jim Dyker's boss. Not technically illegal,
Yeah. She just said, "I heard from a source," which is
but
not
like
wrong.
you know.
I
But
said
like
they're
fair,
they're
fair,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
fair.
Everything
Like
has
I'll allow
been
it.
edged. Even talking with Dyke against on the
Yeah.
edge, but it's not
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah, yeah.
illegal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But yeah.
like Yasmin says, the gray area, that's where the edge is.
Mm,
Or
mm,
I guess like Harper said
yeah.
initially.
What
Whew.
else?
Okay. The first I think sentence I want to talk about is you're a political operator.
Uh-huh.
Yasmin saying this to Harper.
Uh-huh.
I think that just betrays Yasmin's whole worldview. And
Interesting.
her blindness that a black woman cannot be an apolitical operator.
Even in business?
Even in business, you
So do you think
cannot.
Stental is not apolitical? Because I
Stan,
don't think Harper is
Stental
apolitical.
can be apolitical. Yeah, but Harper, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Stental,
Okay.
the
Isn't that what
institution.
Yasmin meant about
No,
Stental?
no. She was like,
Okay.
why would you sit me next to these Nazis and invite me here? And she's like,
Oh, I didn't know that was the back and forth. Okay, fair, yeah.
you're an apolitical operator. Like, you're just like me. I don't vote. Like, none of this means anything, guys.
Bro,
Like, the
Yasmin does
pendulum
not believe in
swings
anything.
from right to left and nothing changes. Like, let's just try and
Just
make some
incessant
money.
campaigning. Yeah.
Let's just try and make some money. So I don't think you can say that to a black woman. I think being a black woman is inherently
Yeah.
political.
I was thinking
And
about this episode as well,
Yasmin
actually. Yeah.
doesn't get that. I think there's real, genuine shock and regret when um Harper is telling her, "Hey, those guys were looking at me like they wanted to skin me alive." I think then Yasmin understands that,
Yeah.
right?
She's surprised. She's like, I did not think about it.
Yeah.
Which it's so funny that you say that now because I'm thinking back to episode 3 again when when Whitney is like, it's funny that someone with the last name Hanani is so calm about Nazis.
Bro,
It's like you do know what your last name is, right? Because Yasmin is not white.
she is
Like,
not, but I think, what's the name of the school? Is it Francis Holland? I think that she
yeah,
went to.
yeah.
Like, I think being in those sorts of environments,
Her
growing up the way she
dad's.
did with
Mm-hmm.
the amount of privilege that she did, she doesn't feel,
Oh yeah, she has a blinders on for sure,
she's
100%.
super white passing. So like,
Yeah.
so like there's probably no real instance that she would have experienced anything that would make her wake up to see, hey,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that is probably one of their biggest disconnects.
Mm-hmm.
Yasmin thinks and moves in the world like being apolitical is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Norton is like, yo, this is a real thing that you're doing. And Harper is like, yo, this is a real thing that you're doing. And she just doesn't get that.
Jenny last week was like, you have no
Jenny,
beliefs.
same thing.
Yeah. So interested. What's your next sentence? It's so funny because
This is
I've
your
written down mine into sentences as well. So what's your
okay.
next one?
No, do your one.
No,
Do your one.
because I think mine is in order. So go with your next one.
My next one is actually about Eric.
Oh, okay. So my next one is, who are these girls? That was
Bro. And then at that
because
moment, they're like wafting into the room with their colorful
y-
dresses.
yeah. When did you realize you were correct?
I think as soon as I saw Haley in Paris,
Really?
I was just like, there's no reason for her to be here. Like, she's
PA,
not her
personal
friend.
assistant.
Anyways, that's you guys' business. Because I knew from that conversation, I knew what was going on. I knew what they had agreed. But y'all called me a madman. And like, do you know what's actually so funny? I should go back and watch that episode because I was genuinely shocked that you guys, because I threw it out there as a, yeah, obviously. Like, this is my hot take, but like, you guys obviously know what's going on. But
But
then
like,
you guys
safe
were like,
space.
you guys were like, what are you talking about? I was like, guys,
I think everybody was like,
I feel like they've telegraphed this. Is Yasmin going to become her madam?
no. That's no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So we'll just hire her out.
Haley comes and says, what I need is access. Yasmin is like, what do you want me to do with you? Like, Chilton's burnt down. Great line, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you.
fantastic line.
Thank you,
Just
Mickey and
beautiful.
Conrad.
Said, I don't trust you. Said, yes, but you
But
understand,
you understand me, yeah.
And then Yasmin replies, but do you understand me? And then Haley says, in whatever way you want. And I was like, oh, okay.
You guys.
This
Anyways,
is what we're doing here.
maybe I'm being maybe I'm not being
Ayo,
generous.
so obviously
but
I
that
was
my reading.
play out this Yasmin as the madam thing. How would that work? Who is she hiring her out to?
But does Haley even want that?
That she wants to. I don't know, guys. And maybe again, maybe I'm not being generous. But
maybe.
I don't know. That's what I felt.
I think
I think Haley might be the bulldog.
That's too dark. That's too much down the
It's
Hanani
too
part.
dark.
It's too much down the Hanani part. Yeah, come on.
It's too much. She's becoming her father in a sense. It's like the Ghislaine analogy. Like if we go that route,
Yes.
like if just be
That's what
like,
I'm
I know Ayo is always
saying.
right, but like Ayo is right.
That's what I'm saying. Jafeel.
Oh, good God.
No,
Bro. So yeah, I mean, I knew as soon as I saw her there, and then I don't know when, but she mentions Dolly. Like
after oh no, yes, says I hope your little cousin will happy enjoy herself.
exactly.
And Haley's like, I'm sure she will, or thank you. Whichever order
Yeah.
happened, sure.
When did you know?
At that point, I'm still hoping that, okay, it's just Haley and Dolly in Paris having fun. Bro, I'm
Guys
to be
like to
honest,
lie to
I
themselves.
knew maybe like 3 or 5 minutes before Harper. Like when I start seeing the women walking in before Harper notices them,
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, Ayo's correct. Like, because the show doesn't highlight them, you just kind of see them in the background. So I'm like, oh, okay, there are a bit too many women here. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, Ayo's correct. So yeah, who are these girls? First of all, the Norton household paying minimum wage is atrocious.
That is crazy. But
That's
it's a village,
terrible.
so
So minimum wage goes a long way.
it might not be that bad.
But we don't know if it's London minimum wage.
No,
or
it's
like...
terrible. It's terrible. That was a joke, guys. Just guys. It's terrible.
And then she says that they're there for the gender balance. That cock-heavy parties are always dead.
Always dead.
I'm just going to fast forward very quickly to 10 minutes later because her dad is like, make sure not to bring
no men.
a man.
No men, obviously.
So I'm just like, again, I'm sure we'll talk about that voice in a second.
Get there,
but like, so, okay, then my next sentence is yours as well. I want to show you something. Once she says that, I was like, fuck you, Yasmin. I literally said out loud, fuck you, Yasmin. I was like, fuck Yasmin. Because when she says that, you know what she's about to bring out.
You know.
And
I'm like, why? What do you think is her main motivation in this?
To get the Harper on her side, to break down the last person that she probably has belief in. Like, it's unnecessary. It's so unfair.
Cruel.
It's like I was just like, why are you doing this? And then she lies to things that we know she knows are lies. Like if she has this video, she knows enough about it to know that it's a lie that Henry did not know. Sorry, Eric didn't know that this girl was 15.
Yeah.
We still don't even know if she's 15 or not
We
because
don't.
the way that scene is played out is very weird.
We
Where
don't.
she's like girls lie about their ages, but she's like men want her to believe she's underage, but then Harper is trying to get her out. So I don't really know how old that girl is. Like
I think she's underage. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I
I think
think
she's
she is.
underage.
And I think Yasmin knows.
For sure.
Maybe she's lied to her, but Yasmin knows. Because then Yasmin says, I lost my virginity at 14. I was a woman as soon as I wanted someone. She's justifying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah, this is when I'm like, okay. I'm like, let me ask you a question I have here, because the rest of it is like Marisabella doing excellent work and trying her best to get the audience on her side. But at this point, my question to you is, how does Yasmin come back from this? Can Miki and Conrad ever make us feel sympathy for her again?
Yes,
Because
and I
this
think they
is
do it
bad.
at the end of this exchange.
I don't think I agree.
No, I mean, you cannot agree, but I think they've laid out her thesis at the end of this.
Which is, I feel, important here and necessary.
Necessary. I feel new. I feel
Which is-
less pain.
Yes, which is what I'm saying about Marisabella doing excellent work. Okay, I'm going to ask you a risky question, because we're just having
Give
a
her the Emmy
conversation
right
here.
now.
We're just having a conversation here, right? At what point does trauma stop being an excuse? Because what she's doing here, Eyo, nobody put a gun to her head. This is bad.
It's
This is really bad.
indefensible. It's indefensible.
Yeah, it's like, this is, sex trafficking is really
It's
fucking bad.
indefensible. And you're right. It is trafficking because she has brought them from London.
Yeah.
You're right. She
She
wouldn't
took
have
them
even
in
fucking
Paris.
seen Paris if not for me.
Just uneducated, no prospects.
No prospects.
It's like, and obviously it's because the world we're living in now, this particular topic, like, maybe if it was 15 years ago, I could be like, oh, there's a way for her to be like, we've seen people like Walter White or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
I don't like, as much as she wants to explain to herself and blame her trauma and like she wants to be seen and all that stuff, it's just like, I'm like, this is maybe a step too far.
Okay. I think I understand your question a little bit now, because I was thinking more in the terms of like, can we understand? Because sometimes as a villain that you don't, like you can't relate anything to. But I think in this one you can very much understand exactly how she gets where she is.
Yeah, we've seen it. Yeah.
Can she unvillainize? I don't think so. And I think this plays into why I think this is a two-parter. Season-wise and story-wise. Because I think season 5 is a political thriller. And like one of the comments said, the one that you were reading out, the two queens. I think it's Yasmin v. Harper.
I think that's definitely, because I was talking to William about this as well, that's definitely what they've presented here. Like it's like it's a moral standing. That's where it starts off from, but God knows where to go from there. Where it's like essentially good versus bad, because what she's doing is bad. It's evil. It's like, but again, I was telling William, I'm not even surprised if like that would be interesting, because I don't know if this show has ever committed to something for that long. Like,
I see what you mean. I think in kind of the way they used Tender this season and then blow it up in the last or penultimate episode, I think there will be something. There will be a plot, right?
There'll be a vehicle for it.
There'll be a vehicle for it. But I do think it will be both of them on either sides of it. Maybe not directly at all the time at the same time, but they will be on either side of it.
Yeah. You think season 5 is final season? Because I do.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
So it's funny if like somehow the season finale or the series finale ends with like Harper and Yasmin get back together, and I'm like, oh, they did it. This fucking geniuses did it. They made me care for Yasmin again. But at this point, I don't actually see it, because like I think when I suddenly
I don't
realize,
know, man. Like they can blow it up in the beginning of next season, right? They're like, oh,
and walk it back.
Yasmin saw everything she saw was bad. Yeah. Now she no longer a madam, guys.
I think you have to commit.
That's fair.
You have to commit. If you something like this in the finale, you kind of have to commit.
That's fair. Especially
Or
when
even
you've telegraphed it from the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah, and even if she's not a madam, she kind of needs to maintain that strand of evilness,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word. Like,
And I think that's why they put her next to Sebastian as
Mhm.
well, right? Because I think that's going to be that world. Maybe he then gets some Russian money. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. But
I mean, remember that, like, she chose, again, a lot of the things Yasmin here are her choices. She chose to bring in the Moritz to this dinner, knowing that they were
knowing that they're
Nazis. Like, she
Nazis.
saw that
Yeah.
the Adolf Hitler paintings. Like,
Yeah.
she could have had this
I thought
dinner
that was
without
so
them.
funny as well because Harper says you sat me next to fucking Nazis. And then I'm like, oh, they're actually.
They're actually Nazis.
They're
Like, Harper
actually,
doesn't
like,
know that
she doesn't
they're
know. She doesn't
actually
know. She's just saying
Nazis.
it, but they're actually.
Yeah, and it's like, she didn't have to bring them in. She could have had this thing without them. Like, she could have had the Peter Thiels of the world, like, who are, like, bad, but, like, not actual Nazis. But, like, she chooses to do this. She chooses to bring these girls over to Paris. She chooses to pimp them out. It's like, you just kind of, like, don't know how you see any different version of Yasmin.
What did she say? It's not exploitation or
Opportunity.
opportunity. It's
It's
both.
both.
And that's maturity. She's laid out her thesis, man. This is what she's doing.
She laid out her thesis and her like you said, her reasoning. Like, why she does it. Like, I feel important here, I'm necessary, which goes to their conversation at the bar last week.
Interesting that those are the points, because for me, the main thing that she says in that that scene is, I feel less pain.
Yeah, that was. I think I was still too angry with her to write that down.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, that's the emotional reason. Yeah,
the way Harper's heart breaks visually just before she starts begging Yasmin to come with her, like before she stands up, I think was the finest piece of acting in this episode.
Fair.
It was incredible. I think the Mahala stands are going to be so happy.
I'll go back and rewatch it. But yeah, I think as they were doing, I was like, oh, you guys are, because obviously, like I said, all them, like, this is a good, normal episode of the finale. Good, you're wrapping things up. And I was like, fuck, you guys are going
doing
there.
it.
Like, you guys are going here.
They're setting it up.
Yeah.
So
and
Harper
like,
leaves. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I didn't realize how long the scene was until, like, on rewatch. I was like, oh yeah, it's actually a good 10 minutes. And that's not including the dinner part.
Yeah.
It's like just that part is 10 minutes. You said Harper leaves?
Yeah. She tries to save Dolly. She don't want to be saved.
Kiana Shikra gets one more bitch out.
One more bitch out. How many bitches is that? This is 3, 4?
Probably more than, at least. She definitely has one in the premiere, one in the finale. But even her too, this is her glow up, right? She's the madam's right hand woman.
Yeah,
she's wearing the dress.
She's in the rooms where it happens.
Yeah, she's no longer has to do the actual sex.
Well, you don't know that.
Well, I mean, I guess she can choose.
She can choose.
She has more control.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Do you think she's on a salary? Or is it just like, whatever you need, tell me and I'll pay for it?
I mean, for them to say take the day off, I'm guessing. For Yasmin to tell her to take the day. I'm guessing.
Okay, let's talk about Kwabena, the second scene.
So you've got to act, man.
He got to act. He finally got to act.
Finally.
Well, not finally. He's been really fun this season, but like,
yeah, but he got
this
to
is when we get to kind of see more of his emotions. And I think you talk about acting. Not everybody, people know that acting is reacting, right? I think he's listening very well in this scene. Like, he's a very good listener at this scene. Like, you could see that he's taking it all in. Last week, was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. Yeah, we were talking about when Yasmin comes into the Stenta office and she's like, are you lonely? And Harper says yes. And you're like, Harper is being honest, but she's not being vulnerable. Is she being vulnerable in this scene?
100%. 100%. And again, I think it's because she's not being forced to, but I think something monumental has happened to her. She has no choice but to reach.
To your point earlier, you said about how she gets close and one person is like, hey, someone pushes back essentially. And I think that's what
Yeah.
Kwabena does here. Is like,
Yes.
be a human being. And
That's so funny you said that, because that is the title of my episode review. The year Harper becomes a human being.
human being. Fair enough.
Or became a human being.
Yeah, human being. Yeah, and it's like, don't be AI, don't be, what was the other thing you called her? It's like, just be a human and and then she's like, is there some, yeah, no, and then she just says the thing about her mom. I think this is a great scene, obviously, but I think it's also a great scene because of how different it is from the scene right before it.
Yes.
And I couldn't believe how, like, this is a romantic scene.
It is.
And I was
I
talking
mean,
to William and I
Kwabena
was like,
says it.
yeah, no, Kwabena was like, is that meant to be romantic? And she was like, no.
Well,
But I was talking to William and I was like, I think this guy can write a rom-com.
ooh. To be fair, Banky, they can write anything.
See, that was kind of what I said to William as well. I was
They
very
can
like,
write anything.
and this may sound like overglazing, so guys, you can skip 15, 30
Yeah,
seconds. But
skip. Even me, I want to
but
skip.
but it's like, we've seen them do so many different genres and things here. And I'm like, the only thing we haven't seen them do is fantasy stroke sci-fi. So like, every other thing
Fair.
they can do. Like,
Yeah.
they can write thriller, they can write the
Thriller.
coming of age stuff, like
They can
the
do
hangout
horror.
stuff. Yeah, they can definitely do horror. Episode 2 is a horror. They've done the Dread. But like, yeah, like between this and the Rob Yasmin from last season finale, it's just like they can do the rom-com. Like, but yeah, anyway, sorry, yeah. So the Kwabena thing, the Kwabena scene is like, he finally says like, I don't know, we're
How
not,
this not working for me.
yeah.
Which is funny because like he doesn't even waste time. He comes in, sits down, not working for me.
It's like-
Not
but
even,
I
oh,
guess
how's your night? How did it go?
it's like, I guess it's the thing of everybody's the hero of their own story, right? He comes into
Bro.
that room with the
He's
idea of what
prepared
he
his
wants him
speech.
to.
He's
He
prepared his
doesn't know
speech.
that she's just had one of the worst days of her life, one of the worst conversations of her life. And it's like, this is not working for me. Some central casting bird was putting it all on me all night. Yeah, and they've had the conversation and she's like, she doesn't know how to do this. I didn't write down what she said, but she doesn't know how to do this. And
Such doesn't come with a manual. Well,
yeah, and
Kwabena says it doesn't come with a manual, and then she says it should.
it should.
That she's just trying her best to not get hurt.
Yeah.
And then he says, at the
Not
price,
at the cost of it.
not
Price
the
of
cost of
everything, that cost is too high.
yeah,
And then she's like, not for me.
for me.
And then scene ends there.
But before that, I think she says probably one of the most meta commentary lines of this
With
episode.
the
Where
black
she
person?
says, no, she says, it feels like all the constants in my life are becoming something I don't know they were or are disappearing. I'm just like, bro, that is
Who
the
do you
show.
think? Who do you think is the disappearing one?
Eric is gone.
So, because in my head, I had not what they are. I had for both Yasmin and Eric.
And Eric, yes.
Yeah. I think, we should mention that, like, she does ask Yasmin, is like, does Eric know about this video? 'Cause I think her brain is like, this is why Eric left.
This is why he left.
Like,
yes.
she's doing the
Yes.
computation in her
Yes.
head. So maybe Eric is both and I guess her mom too was a constant in a way.
Constant, yes.
Yeah, like the fact that she was at least there, and it's a lot easier to hate somebody that is there than someone that is not there.
Yeah.
So hating her mom was a constant because she knew where her mom was and she could hate her. It's kind of difficult to
and
hate someone that,
prepared to like ride in victorious on her
Yeah.
$110 million.
yeah. And even as I mentioned how this scene was very romantic, like when Kwabena says, is that means romantic? And she says no, and she walks up to him and then she goes like down on the floor. That's like the intimacy there.
Guy.
It's all just like, and then again, like you said, to him, he's like, he's listening in a way like, and he's responding like, not in a way that's like, I can't wait to get to my line. It's like, what does Mahala say here? Which is just, I guess, acting 101. The scene ends there, and then you're kind of like, poof, okay, is Harper is she gonna commit this to this human thing? Like, is she gonna?
I mean, she did say, and I think it was so interesting that it ended on her saying, "Yeah, the price is not for me. Like, I can pay that price."
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm expecting her to follow through.
Wait, follow through with Kwabena?
No, not with him, because
Yeah,
the
exactly,
price of
exactly.
getting hurt is too high for her.
That's what I'm saying. So I
Sorry,
was like,
not she can pay. Yeah.
so I'm like, yeah, Harper, are you gonna like be a human or are you just gonna keep on paying the price? Which I guess is why they're like on the plane, they keep Kwabena out of shots till the
Yes.
very end.
Yes. Ah, lovely.
But first time I'm thinking that's Jesse Blue.
Same.
Even though I know
Not
in my
even
head that that's
thinking.
not,
Hoping.
I'm like, Mickey and Crowd will not do that. That's like, they're not gonna just bring him in for one scene at the end of the episode. But like in my head, I'm just like playing. Maybe she's like, maybe again, this is like Harper going back to her old self. It's like she's like, fuck you, Kwabena, I don't
Yeah.
want love. I
Yeah.
want to go business. So I'm gonna get Jesse Bloom. And again, it's the plane. And then we get the Prestige TV ending, which is like, are you finished? Are you done? Whatever.
Then she looks up.
Prestige TV.
Jump scare.
My brain was kind of doing a lot of like gymnastics trying to understand this. Are you finished? Are you done scene? It might just be like a cheeky thing of like, we're gonna do another
I
season.
thought it was a cheeky thing because, like I said, throughout this episode, I was like, yes, this is a two-parter, right? Like we're getting the rest. So
Yeah.
she's not done.
Did you catch Whitney at the end?
That's why I said jump scare.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Loved
apparently
it.
some people didn't catch it. Like some critics that had watched the episode before. I was like, how do you like it's right there. It's like 2 seconds after. It's like do you think that's just like a fun thing or do you think he'll be back?
Of course, I think, like I said, I think they're all coming back.
Oh, you think this is all it like
I
this
think
is
it's all one story.
okay, so my next question. What's Muck's story in season 5? I mean, obviously we don't know because we're not the writers, but at the same
And
time,
that's
it's
the
like,
thing, right? Like, I think that's what they're trying to show us with the last scene. Like, in the end, the Englishmen will always embrace their own and prop him up.
yeah.
I think he's back. I think he's back to do Russia stuff.
Or you think Henry's back to do Russian stuff?
Not like he's going to be a, what's it called, like
okay.
an
It's not part of
operative.
it. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no. But I do think he's going to be back and snared in whatever game they want to play.
Interesting. I mean, he's because I was thinking, okay, this could actually be the end of Henry. Obviously, I wasn't thinking like
I also
you have
think
2 parts
it's
season.
possible that
Yeah.
Henry is not, because I don't think he's that useful anymore. But
yeah, he's on his lithium now.
I think Whitney is coming back. I think he'll
That
be
makes
back.
sense. Yeah. Anything else about this season?
Lady Muck, Miss Hanani.
Oh, Yasmin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, we haven't spoken about it. I'm sorry,
We haven't
spoken about that
We haven't
scene.
talked about it. No. What's
okay,
going on? What's going on, Bankole? You need to tell me.
I think she's having a panic attack.
She is. She goes on the floor to ground herself. Why is she having a panic attack?
But because of what she's doing, I also think like Charles's voicemail is a way of grounding herself.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you're using that to ground yourself. I think she's having a panic attack because of what she's doing. All right. So this is still how Walter White to Heisenberg acts. She's not fully Heisenberg. So like,
Fair.
so it's not that she's enjoying what she's doing, but I think this is not putting us on bail. She's choosing to do what she's doing. But I think, yeah, she's just had probably her first night of actually pimping out these girls.
Fair. And they've come to tell her thank you in the morning.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yikes.
I love when she speaks French to Molly. I'm like, Harper, I mean, what are you doing, man?
She has no prospects, bro. She's never been to Paris. What are you doing?
But again, I love what was the quotes? The waves pushed her
She's
across.
tossed around by the waves, but still she swims
she
or something
didn't drown
like
or
that.
something. Yeah. Yeah, so that was the thing. She's having a panic attack. She's trying to ground herself. She starts off by like listening to the voicemail, then going on the floor, and then she's crying. So I do think like the effect of what she's just done is kind of, yeah. But I also think it's very important that she's grounding herself through listening to Charles's voicemail.
Yes.
Like that's just embracing it more. It's like
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So I saw a tweet a few weeks ago where they were like, I don't know how people do this, but they do it. But they were like the IMDb cast for the finale.
I saw that.
They were like Charles, Adam Levy, like
Kenny.
Kenny. They were like Eric. I was like, in my head, I was like, these are all voicemails. Like
only voices.
Which leads to my point of like Harper voicemail or missed call, whatever, with Eric, her dad. Yasmin voicemail with Charles.
Oh, fun. Didn't even catch that.
But also 2 very divergent parts. Because Harper's is, again, H coming out. It's the more human thing, right? She's trying to connect. While Yasmin is connecting with the evil in her life.
trying to numb herself to what she's
I've-
done.
I really don't want to sound too mean on Yasmin because I really like this character, but it's hard to overlook
I mean,
what's happening in
it's-
this episode.
Again, it's indefensible, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've had time. I've had time to come to terms with what
digest
she's
it.
going to do. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not coming to it from a story point of view, yes, but like it's also kind of crazy. And look, obviously, people have written, like we've just talked about this episode, Sopranos and The Wire and Mad Men and Breaking Bad. So like writing bad characters, quote unquote, it's not difficult, but it is kind of bold and brazen to make your co-lead at the end of your 4th season a sexual trafficker. It's kind of insane.
I don't know, man. It happens.
Oh, okay, it happens, but it's kind of insane.
It happens.
It's kind of because I'm intrigued to see what like the Yasmin quote unquote stands
I actually can't wait to see what they say
think
at the
about
end of this
this.
episode. But yeah.
Because like I should say that all our objections, especially mine, are like not story objections.
No,
They're
they're moral.
Yeah, that we are podcasters talking about these characters like they're human beings kind of objections. From a story point of view, I love it. I love when stories take risks and take big jumps, 100%. That's not a problem here. Yeah, so okay, did you have a different read on the voicemail scene?
No, that was exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, so I have a couple of overhead lines.
Okay, go for it.
Actually, just one. Mr. Muck, are you the unluckiest man ever? One of the reporters says that to her when he's getting
I remember.
arrested.
I actually heard that one. It's a good one.
I was like, fair. Okay. Do you have anything else about the show you want to talk about?
No, I think
No?
people do change.
Oh, you've
People
convinced
do
yourself.
change. Yeah. I mean, I still think the caveat is there. I think it does take
This will work, obviously.
a great amount of force. No, not even
Force.
I think it's a great amount of force. I think people
External
are forced to
force.
change, but I think they do.
Um,
And I think H
okay.
does.
H. So we're going to do the disgusting bit now, the award stuff. So if you're somehow someone that's involved in making this show and you're listening to this, you can stop listening now. You don't have to just talk about your awards chances. But I do think, and I'm just going to start this off now, mostly because of when show is airing, I think this is the year we get at least one, like our
At
first
least
nomination.
one nomination, right? Yeah.
I think we get our
Agreed.
first nomination this year.
Who do you think is likely to be?
Okay, so no, let's go in order. I asked you to come up with one pick per
Yes.
bit.
Yes.
So who's your writing? What episode are you nominated for writing? If you could pick one for every category.
Oh, I see. Writing, I would submit 4-6.
Same. I was looking for 6 as well. Directed.
4-7.
I would go 4-2.
Fair. I can
Even
see
though
that
I
too.
think, like I said, 4-7 is better directed, like I said last week.
Yeah.
But I think 4-2 is better Emmy bait.
Fair.
4-2 is the episode you wait. It's like Connor's wedding, right? It's not the best
4-2
episode of.
is the episode you win for. Fair.
Yeah, it's
fair.
not the best episode of Succession final season, Connor's wedding. I don't think so. But it's the episode that like you get the
Yeah.
Emmys for. It's the episode that gets on lists. Okay, acting.
Okay.
Go first.
Lead actress.
Yeah.
You already know my baby.
Yeah, I have Marissa too.
Marissa Bella. Sorry.
Sorry, Mahala.
I'm so sorry.
So
I'm actually
sorry.
so sorry.
And this
Especially
is not
after
like-
this episode.
Yeah, and this is not like to say like I'm not trying to fuel the fires of like Harper didn't get work to do this season or she's not a
Yeah.
lead actor. No, it's just and people should realize that this is what we'll talk about in a second. We'll talk about supporting actor, but like the idea is you get nominated for the season,
Yeah.
and then you present an episode.
An episode. Yeah.
That's what you. So like your nomination is for the season, and then all the nominees present one episode, and that's what they win, quote unquote, for. So yeah, I also have Marissa lead actress. Do you have anybody in supporting actress?
No. I would love.
Okay, but it's like
I would love
well,
Miriam Petcher, but like no.
Yeah, I actually would love Miriam Pesci, but that's not quite realistic.
Yeah. It's not.
Supporting actor.
It's really hard. I think Kit has a higher chance.
He's a previous Emmy nominee.
Exactly. He's a known entity.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ken Long deserves it.
I think Ken Long deserves it for his performance on the show.
Yes.
If we're looking at this
And in
again, like I said,
4-6.
No, but like I said, you gave him to for the entire season.
Yeah.
Not one episode.
Yeah.
And I think Kit Harington's work is better
In the
across
entire
the entire
season.
season.
Fair enough.
I have a cheat.
What?
And I actually really do believe this.
Kit lead?
I think he should be a lead actor. I think
That'd be
Kit should be a
good.
lead actor.
That'd be really good.
I don't think HBO has the balls. I don't think they're doing it. I think maybe they're scared of other lead actors or whatever. But like,
They
if you
should
look at
try.
it, if you look
They
at
should
it,
try.
like,
You're right.
the case, he's a lead actor this season.
He is.
Like
It's about his
Yes.
character. It's like a lot of it is about him.
What are the things that define a lead actor? The story goes through him.
Yeah.
He's in basically every episode. He leads the story. It's not just like he's not passive. He's active in the story. Like he's a lead actor this season.
Fair enough. I like that.
I really do think they should campaign him in lead and campaign Ken
History,
in
you guys do
supporting.
it.
Yes, history do it. Campaign him in lead, campaign Ken in supporting.
I like that.
So Ken can get the like legacy actor kind of thing. He's been an actor on TV for like almost 30 years. Never really got his due. I mean, again, I do think Ken Long is the third best acting performance this season from a man. But I would want him to get a substitution nomination ahead
Over
of
Max
Max
Minghella?
Minghella. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. I think at that point,
I don't agree.
you don't agree with that he's...
I think 406 is staggering. I think it's so good.
I think his performance in 406 might be... I didn't think about this, but like it's top 3
I think
of
so.
individual performances this season.
Yes.
100%. But I
Yes.
think as a body of work, again, what
Fair.
Max Minghella did is more than one. Like,
It is. That's fair.
yeah. But like, look, because again, Ken Long, again, always good. The floor is very high.
Yeah.
But like, he doesn't really get to do much until 406. The rest is just either on golf courses or in the hotel room in a rope.
Yeah.
Right. No, actually, no, not 406, 405 as well. When he's talking to Harper.
Fair. 4 or 5, he does. He
4,
does.
5 and 6.
Yeah.
5 and 6, he does really good work. But as a body of work in a season, Pro Max Minghella was shooting out.
Guy did
bullets.
everything. Did everything. Even 4-7. I don't know if we spoke about this on last week's podcast. But him talking about the finance stuff, did something to me.
As in like the presentation at Pierpoint?
Not even that. Like even when he's on the phone to Wilhelmina.
Okay, yeah, and he's just
I was
saying,
like, ooh.
And
Come on, Max Minghella.
there's something he does where he's like, we'll just tie a rock to Pierpoint stocks and throw it in the hot seat. He does something with his hand.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, okay. It's like, throw it in the hot seat.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, look, we love this show.
Nominate them all, man. Who's their competition? The Pit? I haven't seen it.
Has you ever seen season 1 at all?
No, season 2. I've seen season 1.
Season 2.
Love season 1.
I think it's the Pit. It's Task. But Task will get one nomination each, like Macrofola and Tom Pelfrey. They'll probably also win. We're not looking for wins right now. We're just trying to get nominations step by
I'm
step.
actually looking for wins. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm looking for wins in like maybe in certain areas. There's some that like it's just not. I mean, to be fair, Pit was in the summer. Maybe people have forgotten.
Yeah. What Task?
Sorry, Task was in summer. Sorry. So they're contenders. Their competitors are Task, Pit, what should we call it?
Paradise season 2.
Yeah. But that's the show that gets like 2 nominations. It gets lead actor and best show. Paradise. 7 Kingdoms, I think, will be in
7 Kingdoms,
drama.
I think. But do you think it goes in
I think it goes in drama.
drama? Okay.
Which is just, I don't know. I think it's drama. I mean, I don't know. It depends on where HBO wants it.
I think they should go for comedy, actually.
I don't think there's any other show. I think like the next HBO show coming out is a limited series. I don't think there's any other like Euphoria, I guess, but like, yeah.
We'll
So
see.
I don't know. I think we get something this year.
I think we get some nominations this year. Thank gosh.
Okay, you good?
I'm good. You good?
I'm good. I'm sad about how I'm disappointed in Yasmin, but I'm good. That's actually just the thing. I'm disappointed in Yasmin.
You're actually
That's
so
just the full
crazy.
stop.
You're so crazy.
Disappointed in her. Expected more from her. Okay, guys. Thank you very much if you're listening. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of Industry. Our final Trading Desk episode of Industry will come out in a few days, so check that out as well. Where Webby and his team will give on their own final takes about the show. By which time, I'm sure, even if it's not out by the time you listen to this, I'm sure by then we'll have completion of a new season 5. Knock on wood, yeah. Please like, subscribe wherever you're listening. Please rate. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Eyo, thank you very much. In the meantime, they can do whatever they want with the game tape. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Join us next week with Bankole Eyo. Bye.
Is anyone else there with you?
No,
Do you think you could do it for an audience?
I hope so.
Do you think you could do it with an audience?
What's the difference? Wait, what was it?
Whatever you think it is.
I thought you meant this podcast. I thought you meant doing a live podcast. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You freak.
Me? How am I the
So
freaky
freaky.
situation?
You're so freaky.
You're the anyway. Okay,
So
let's just. I'm
freaky.
not.
You
please.
freaky freak.